Round 100 has always been a goal that most Zombies players strive to get. TheMachine has had its fair share of high round strategies, and with the heartbreak we have had of the penthouse strategy being nerfed, amongst the ashes comes a new round 100 strategy. And this one is super easy, so be sure to give it a go. Okay, before we actually talk about the strategy, there are a few things we need to set up first. Now let's start with our loadout. So in your loadout, I'm gonna recommend the Gallo SA-12. I would say this is the best gun you can start with and use throughout the whole of this. I've said this a million times and I will continue to do so. Shotguns are the meta right now, so the Gallo is definitely the best bet, especially considering that the Gallo is just very powerful. And this strat can get very close quarters, so I would recommend having this. As for attachments, do what you feel comfortable with, but if you're wanting any recommendation from me, I have made a video about this, and I go into detail about the attachments that you should put on the Gallo. But however, if you have your own attachments, then that is totally fine. Next up, for your special ability, you're gonna need the Ring of Fire, and it has to be tier 2 or above. If you try doing this with tier 1, it's not really gonna work. And this is because the tier 2 upgrade for the Ring of Fire will block incoming enemy projectiles, which will save you such a headache. Seriously though, you are really gonna thank yourself later. In terms of lethal equipment, I feel like explosives would be a bit too dangerous because it is a very close quarters strategy, so I would go with something like a tomahawk or a Molotov that won't reach you. Especially considering that tomahawks are a one-hit kill, this can get you out of some very tight situations. And as for tactical equipment, I recommend syringes, and I mean highly recommended here. But however, monkey bombs or decoys will do the trick. Like I said, syringes are probably the best thing for you here. You're going to be soaking up a lot of damage in this strat, so it's probably best you use them. If you're getting withdrawal symptoms from using Ether Shroud, then fear not, just use something else that can get you out of a sticky situation, and for that I recommend the Chopper Gunner. When in doubt, just pull this bad boy out and you'll be able to be totally safe, and you'll be able to get some kills in the process. And now for the setup, just start the game as you normally would, getting the desired perks you'd like and upgrading your Gallo / weapon of choice. It should be no competition, but Deadwire is the one and only elemental effect for your weapon you are gonna need. This will absolutely tear through Megatons. Definitely be sure to upgrade your armor, it's gonna help you out a lot. If you want more zombies to spawn faster and be able to speed up your setup time, then I recommend either doing the penthouse strategy in Nacht or training in the weapons lab, which is a very confusing thing to hear at first, but consider the spawns there. There are so many different barriers there, zombies are gonna spawn like wildfire. However, you can just take your time. And a gun you're really gonna want to try and get is the ray gun. If you can't get this and you instead want to wait till the later rounds where you'll be able to have a higher chance of getting it, then the die shockwave will do just fine. If you do end up going for the die shockwave, then think of it as more of a panic weapon. And now you're ready to do the strat. So what you need to do here is go over to the truck at the pond, and you need to stand right in this place I'm showing you. Don't stand anywhere else, it won't work. The zombies are gonna climb from different directions if you do this, whereas if you stand in that one place, the zombies will filter through only one spot, which can I just say is great for headshots, by the way. You'll have dark ether in no time. Anyway, I was getting sidetracked. Once you're up in that spot and all the zombies are filtering through into one place, just start firing away. You don't really have to do much, it's just a bit of holding the trigger down or tapping it occasionally. Your Ring of Fire can come very useful as well for killing big chunks of zombies as well. Use this as often as you can, especially if you get yourself into a bit of a pickle. The Ring of Fire is really gonna protect you very well, and with your additional firepower, it's gonna sweep through rounds. But the main problems you're gonna run into is the spawns, plague hounds, and the Megatons. Oh, as well as zombies throwing bits of flesh at you. So with the spawns, there's gonna be moments where some plague hounds, some zombies, some Megatons, they can all spawn in different areas and just kind of stay there. Plague hounds usually tend to be stuck in spawn, which, you know, can be very annoying. So just be sure to keep an eye out on your minimap, and the best thing to do here is just jump off of the truck so that they can come to you or you can look for them. As long as they're not under the map, you should be fine. Plague hounds are not very easy to deal with, just make sure you try and kill them before they get too close to you, and if you don't manage to kill them in time, then it's a very good job that you have those syringes, which is exactly why I recommended them. And that's what I meant earlier when I said that you'll soak up a lot of damage, which is also where the thick boys come into play. These are a huge pain in the arse sometimes, but it's not the first form of the Megaton, the big one, that is annoying. It's when it splits into two. You see, the Megaton bombers can do this thing where they sprint up to the truck and they don't have to climb it, and no human in the world is safe from that. So the best thing to do here is just run off and make your way back round whilst killing them in the process. And then you just keep doing what you were doing before. Deadwire is going to absolutely tear through these Megatons though, so that with the Gallo is going to work really well. And for the final thing, which sounds very bizarre, it's the zombies throwing their own flesh at you. This is a change that was made to zombies where, for those pesky glitches that would get in all of those invincible spots, the zombies would detect that you are out of bounds and subsequently start throwing flesh at you to kill you. It will happen very randomly, but in order to counter this, just walk around on the truck for a little bit and eventually go back to the place and they should be fine. You don't have to walk all the way around the truck or anything, just wiggle a little bit and it should be all good. Once you've managed to learn how to deal with all of these things and followed the guide, you will be able to get an easy round 100 plus. There definitely is some micromanaging in this one, but it can be pulled off very easily. Definitely do give this one a go, especially before it gets patched, because I can see this being patched very soon. Hopefully I'm wrong, but just in case. Anyways guys, I'm gonna leave this video here today. If this was helpful and you enjoyed it, then be sure to smash the like button, comment any other strategies you have for high rounds down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. You do not want to miss these uploads. I have been uploading Cold War Zombies very consistently, and just so you don't miss them, make sure to hit the notification bell too, because you'll be able to get notified whenever I upload. And like I said, you really don't want to miss these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.